my friend Jesse, who is a professional geodatic surveyor and has a YouTube channel who covers all of this stuff, who we will have on a live discussion here. It'll be me, Jesse, professional surveyor, Wolfie, who is a professional pilot. Who else? And then I need, this is a call to the world's most prominent flat earth proponents. Eric Dubé, I've called you out numerous times. I don't know if you've ever heard the call, but this is in good respect. I have actually conversed with Math Powerland. What a freaking name. Matthew Powerland, who's now Math Powerland. It's clever. It's cute. I like the guy. He's funny. But he's a liar, unfortunately. He's complete liar. Nothing against you, Matt, but you're lying to people. And I'm sorry if you're not overtly lying to people and you just don't know any better because you, number one, don't have any friends who are professionals in physics, who are professional astronomers, who are professional geodatic surveyors, who are professional engineers, who are professional pilots, who are professional naval officers, all of which I happen to have close personal contacts, not in my actual, personal life, but I know them online and I converse with them regularly because I consult with people who know more about things than myself. I don't think, a lot of people, especially on social media, everyone's always, you're such a know-it, you think your ego, you think you know it all. I don't ever claim that I know it all. I know a lot about a very little. And I know a little about a whole lot. But I never claim to know it all, and don't act like I know it all. I would love to, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to know it all. That always has been my whole life. That ever since I can remember. Literally, my first memories are struggling with how can I know? I want to know it all. And I guess that's just the result of being born into amnesia through the amnion of the amniotic fluid of the memory, the psychic waters of the goddess, which will be a full presentation in and of itself. Not huge, but very profound. I've covered it in bits and pieces here and there throughout my other videos, but haven't done a full. Although that one piece is a core piece for a huge, much larger macrocosmic puzzle. So we will get to that when we get to that. But where was I going? I was telling my story about, I don't know why, just randomly. I want to share stuff with you guys. But yeah, that was the coolest thing. Literally was it the best job? It was one of the coolest jobs I've had. Actual, day jobs. But where was I going with that? Hold on one second, guys. I haven't eaten anything all day so far. I've just made a smoothie and I haven't even been able to drink any of it. So are you guys opposed to, can I do a commercial break real quick? Also I gotta pee. I've been drinking water, so I gotta pee real quick. Let's do a quick commercial break. I'm gonna have a drink of my smoothie and I gotta pee, and I will be right back. So enjoy. Maybe I'll play the music or something instead. Maybe here I'll show you. Maybe I'll broadcast a little clip of one of my other films or something just to watch in the meantime. Or actually, I can actually do an ad break in here. That's pretty cool. Let's support. Oh no, I can't. Oh my God, no! Is my stream offline? No, it's still streaming. What's going on here? Why is it not saying... Can you guys see me? Am I cut off? Is the stream, why is it not on? Why is it offline? It says offline. Have I been rambling on to myself again? Okay, there's a recent comment. Put on some metal. So the stream's still going. Why is it not showing up on YouTube though? Damn it, see, this is why I... Let's see what we got. Yeah, what's going on here? It says it's offline. Oh well, if it's still going, if you guys can still see me, then there's no problem, I guess. But why it's saying, I don't know. Let me see. Let me restore the speed of the chat so that way I can see you guys in real time. Oh boy. You have been rambling too. Okay, good. Is this literally what happened last week? You know, I accidentally hit the enter key and it ended up cutting off the stream. Well, I was typing in the URL for one of my articles and hit enter, and I realized I had the enter button as my hotkey to end the stream. Stupid. And so it cut off the stream, and I was going on like this literally to myself for about at least an hour. It was... oh boy. But okay. So we're still on. Okay, good. All right. Well, yeah, I'm parched. I've been drinking water, but that's not really doing it. I need cellular hydration, which is my fruit. So I need my smoothie. And I wanted to play something. I wanted to play an ad and hopefully, you know, at least get a little bit of support for my channel. But here, let me play you something in the meantime. Let's see what I got. What do I got? Well, I could do something special. I could show you the rough... No, I don't want to show you my raw footage of my future. I can show you what I've got so far on... That's what I'll do. I'll show you what I'm working on for my... Although I don't want it to ruin the monetization of the stream. Let's see. Let's see what I got. Let's see what I got for you. Hopefully this doesn't use up all my computer memory either. But I will show you what I got. Oh no! My hard drive isn't plugged in. So let me get that in real quick and I'll show you what I think I might show you a preview of the Chester Bennington Chris Cornell presentation, the Pizzagate. Absolutely mind-blowing, staggering. I mean, you guys are all, I mean, we've all seen, like, you've seen one Pizzagate thing. I mean, you've seen them all, literally. But me and my homie Trutheracy, we're on a whole other level, baby. A whole other level. And, you know, I shared this with Chris, so I'm trying to get a hold of Chris again. I hope he's okay after the volcanoes in Hawaii recently. He lives in Hawaii, in Honolulu. I don't think it affected him at all, but I texted him the other day and I didn't get a response, so I'll try calling him. And I want to, you know, me and him will do a show, just me and him for ourselves. It'll be a, you know, maybe something specifically, I don't know the name of what the show will be called, but it'll be specifically symbolism, etymology. I will throw in a lot more, you know, science and physics and health and nutrition and whatever else I do in there. But it will be very specific. So me and him will get together. We'll cover the deep, mind-blowing stuff like you won't find anywhere else. Nowhere else. That's why, you know, it's so disheartening that Chris isn't on YouTube anymore. You know, and so many of the best teachers in our world, they just get shat on, man. People don't support them. not only do people not support our greatest, don't support our real, influential creators, but we're openly villainized and demonized and criticized, attacked, especially personally, ad hominem, and defamation attempts, But not only that, I mean, he spent over 10 years, making his presentations, and all he mostly got was everyone just stealing his work and publishing it as their own on their own channels, copying and pasting his videos on their own channels, getting viral views off of it while his channel just sits in the dirt. And and this is the thing, is our social media culture, our internet culture has created this lack of reverence for intelligence. It's the anti-intellectual age is what it's all about. Is people just want to take things from people who have done decades of lifelong work, and to just take it and pass it off as their own. And I understand. I don't ever want to do that myself. I try as hard as I can not to not fall into that same category. So I don't want to point the finger and not have a million pointing back at me. So so I want to not do that. I try to cite I try to cite my sources everywhere possible. And but the thing is, the problem, and getting back to the intellectual property issue, is we all share the same thoughts. There is one mind. It's a collective human mind. It's called an egregore. There are many different channels in the overall network of the human mind space. The human mind space is just a small filament, an electrical filament of a greater universal holarchy, of a greater universal mind. We are literally just neural cells of the earth. We do the thinking for the earth. The earth has its own neural connection to the solar system, on and on and on, so forth, to infinite scale, to infinity and beyond. But so where was I going? But where was I going? Oh, I was talking about I was talking about Chris and how, okay, so everyone wants to just, to take things, okay, collective mind space. We all should, so, I first heard of this from David Wilcock when, his 2012 Enigma presentation, talking about the experiments of, I forget who, the case of one author, Russian author, I believe it was writing his book. But so anyways, we all share thoughts from each other. Rupert Sheldrake covers this in his work with Morphic Resonance as well. Extrasensory perception. Dean Radin covers this, and the Rupert Sheldrake's is the extended mind work that he does about how the mind is not located inside the brain. It's we're literally living inside our minds. Get out of your mind. You can't. We live inside. We exist inside the mind, the universal mind. First hermetic principle: all is mind. All is mentalism. That's what creates all things. Is first initial impetus of creation is thought, the original spark. But yeah, where is I going with this? But yeah, so we all share the same thoughts. We all share, and all of us know this, especially if you get. So what I've been doing is getting deep into this stuff with the linguistics and the symbolism. I will be building a presentation, and literally the next day, one of my good friends will come to me with literally the exact, this happened with, I'm sorry, I forget your name, bro. One of the artists who was just recently featured on Magical Egypt 2, Chance Gardner is the producer of the series, but there is, I'm sorry, I forget your name, brother. He emailed me, and he's a pretty good graphic artist. I would actually, I imagine you're probably subscribed to my channel because you saw my Symbols of Power Part 2 presentation, and it kind of blew your mind, because my slide about the Aries, relating to the hippocampus, which I came up with. I mean, the concept has already been there. I mean, that's an ancient, hermetic principle. But, I came up with this original, I was searching through anatomy. I was, scouring images of the human brain, and I came across this one, and I was like, boom! Aries, boom! The Hiram Abiff, the Hiram of the mind, the peak, who stands atop at the peak of the mountain, the human body, the axis mundi, the world mountain. The Aries, the ram, sits atop the mountain, the Hiram Abiff of Freemasonry. But let me pull up the. I don't know if I have it labeled or tagged specifically, so it might be hard to find. Aries. I've got a whole presentation on that, though. Aries, the high. Oh, what do you know? That's the first one. So let's go ahead and. Aries, the Hiram. The Hiram of the hippocampus. But yeah, so this is the image that I showed, and from my symbol, it's a slide from my Symbols of Power Part 2 series. And, he messaged me, and he was like, he told me, he was like, I don't understand, it's blowing my mind. He was like, I literally just thought of the same, and I know, like, all of you in the thread are going to be like, I thought of that too! It was mine! So that's the thing, is we get into this kind of ancient research, and it all comes up, and there is nothing new under the sun, and so it's hard. It's really hard, because it's nothing new. If it's true, if what you're presenting is actually true, and so it actually was known by the ancients, then that means that it was common knowledge, at least at some point, to some circles, to esoteric circles, to certain mystery schools. So it was actually common knowledge to someone. So if it was common knowledge, that if it was true, then somebody knew it. So of course, if it was already known, then by Rupert Sheldrake's Morphic Resonance, or the extended mind, it proves scientifically that what we already know, what somebody learns, doesn't matter who they are, where they're located, anywhere on the globe, what someone learns makes it that much easier for the next person to learn and to do. Repeated experiments. Dean Radin goes through this all the time for the IONS project, Institute of Noetic Sciences. Great stuff, but Rupert Sheldrake also. They're both colleagues. I love these brilliant conjugations, not sexually, but mental conjugations of great researchers, great scientists. And so that's what I want to build with Lifting the Veil as well. My own friends, my own community, as well as, my own colleagues, my mentors, my teachers. I'm going to have my friend Thomas Joseph Brown, great, real, true sage. I mean, true, he is the Dumbledore. He is the sire. He is the wise seer. He is the seer. He is there are other specific names for it. I forget them off the top of my head, but he's the archetype, the old druid. Thomas, not to put you down for being old, but you're wise, you're seasoned. you age what? You get sweeter. You get sweeter with age. But yeah. So I'm gonna have him on. We're gonna do a huge series on the microbiome. Huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. A huge series on the microbiome. I do the best. I got the best series. I got the best words. Sorry, my raspy. I can do a better impression, but not when everyone's watching. But funny story is that's actually what I was always best known for in adolescence and growing up. Was I've always been the sacred clown, the sacred jester. Again, that ties into that's all included in the onomancy presentation of my name, of Cullen, Kellen, the Culian, the cornerstone, the wise one, the green man, the green horned god, the forest one, the green god, the Hulk, the green giant, the Cernunnos, name it, on and on and on. Osiris, Osar, you know, the green man, the fool archetype, Neo, the green one, the neophyte, the initiate, but also at the same time the wise sage and elder. But yeah, so it goes into that. That's the same thing. It's the sacred archetype of the sacred satirical satire of the satyr. You know, the satyr is the trickster, is Loki. You know, the green one, the trickster god, the horned god. You know, the fox, the jackal, the coyote, the spider, the serpent, the on and on and on. The trickster god, the archetypal shamanic sacred clown. So interesting. The onomancy does not lie. Who we are is preordained. And I don't mean that in a sense that we can't change who we are, but I mean that in the sense that we are who we are because it is pre-written. You know, our destiny is our history. Our destiny is our past. We've been there. We've done it. We've encompassed it all. We are the entirety. We are the whole thing. We are the Ouroboros. We are, although the Ouroboros, you know, we think of it as just a two-dimensional circle, but it's a spiral. Everything in nature is multi-dimensional. You know, it's not flat where it's just a circle. You know, it's a sacred spiral, a sacred evolution, an involution, and a simultaneous evolution at the same time. Goes inward and goes outward at the same time. That's what a torus does. Inward, outward, ebb and flow, in breath, out breath. You know, but it does it simultaneously. But if it's a dual torus dynamic, two toruses stacked atop each other, then, you know, that's a whole other thing, because it's quadrupolar. You know, you have multiple vortices going on all at once and interacting. I forget what the point where I was going with that is, so I apologize, but but yeah. So okay, so the break that I want to take, because I'm getting raspy here. I need some sustenance. I need some fruit. I haven't eaten anything yet today other than just one smoothie. But yeah, so I want to show you a preview. I want to give you guys some, you know, some incentive. I don't know. I want to give you some incentive to actually, like, that's the thing, is I'm too generous. I like to give everything away and, you know, for free, and no one really likes to. Thank you guys who do support me, but for those, so many people just like to, they're greedy. You just want to take, want everything given to them, no work done for themselves. Gimme. Oh, this is where I was going with my rant about true theory, is, you know, he has given so much over 10 years, over decades of countless videos and all this stuff. He has taught me, not everything that I know, but so much of what I know. And, you know, I wouldn't be doing this today if it wasn't for him. He was my inspiration. Not, you know, he didn't actually tell me what to do or anything, or, you know, but just by him being there, being who he is and doing what he does, that inspired me to, you know, it awoke in something within me that I realized was always there. It's what I'd always been looking for. It was my true self, you know, my true potential, that true knowledge, that gnosis within me that had always been there but wasn't fully realized. You know, it was laying dormant. But so everyone has taken so much from him. Everyone's gone off and repeated, including Santos. You know, Santos has done that as well. And all the flat earthers have done that as well. They're all repeating. It all comes from true theory. Everything they're talking about, you know, not the actual, you know, not everything, but all the linguistics, all the puns, all the wordplay, all of that stuff, all that everyone learned from, that everyone saw from Santos, it all comes from Chris. And yes, Santos did get it. It was inspired, and he did get it all from Chris. So yeah. But aside from the point, so many people we're constantly taking from our teachers, you know, our really good teachers who are doing everything to give all they have and get nothing in return. You know, it's like, I liken it to the allegory of like the student, you know, the student or the Padawan or the squire learning everything that he knows from the wise master, and then once he has the skills, once he has gotten what he wants, what he had wanted all along from the master, he turns around and stabs the master in the back. You know, that's what it is. You know, so much of what I see is that going on. You know, everyone wants to take, feed me, give it to me on a silver platter. You know, give it to me. Give it to me now. You know, but no one wants to do the hard work to actually... It's a whole journey. It's a mind-blowing process. It's arduous. It's wondrous. It's fulfilling. It's fantastic. It's purposeful. It's passionate. It's everything. But it's very hard, and it can wear you down, you know, depending on what path you take. And, you know, unfortunately, Trutheresy isn't active on YouTube anymore, and I'm very, you know, that does. I'm really disappointed about that. You know, he was my favorite, literally my favorite. You know, not just his sense of humor, because that's the thing, is we both have a really crude sense of humor. You know, it's very base level, but that's the thing, is, you know, it amazes me how someone can be so lofty, have such, like, you know, etheric, you know, wisdom and timeless wisdom flowing through, yet at the same time have such a lowbrow level of humor. And that's one thing I've amazed myself with, is how crude, especially when, you know, when I get together with other like-minded people. I guess it's a tactic that I've sort of always done to, you know, because I don't like to, I actually don't have a very big ego. I mean, my ego is not very big. In fact, I like to play myself down as much as I can, especially like interacting with people, because of the fact that, like that's why I will have my whole life, I've sort of tried to play dumb. You know, I've always come across to people as a lot dumber than I actually am. But it's, you know, it's just a sort of a tactic to kind of, you know, get people to be more open, more, and it works. You know, it's a level of self-deprecation that allows people to feel more comfortable and more open to expressing and opening themselves up, and, you know, being more communicative than they typically would. Although that's always been something really that's kind of been really interesting for me, is that no matter where I've gone in my life, people have always said, "You remind me of someone." "Oh, you look like this person." "Oh, you look like Alex. You're Bill from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure." Hey, it's David Guetta. David Guetta. Or you know, I literally at a party, there was these just total dude bros, you know, brohemoths, broheim, just they you know, completely wasted. You know, I was there with my girlfriend Christy, and my friend Tyler, they just came out of nowhere and was like, oh, it's David Guetta, and you know, started like hanging on me, like pulling me, do something, you know, completely like, make some music, David Guetta, and, you know, whatever. But, and whether it's that, or it's whether, you know, people think I look like Jesus, or, you know, something, you know, although I didn't always have long hair, or a beard, but, you know, before that, that's when I looked like Alex Winter. And it's funny. So that's something interesting that I've always liked to... Prometheus! That's something that I've always liked to... I've always found this extremely interesting, are the syncs between morphologies, between human, physical, you know, physical morphemes, physical shapes. You know, there's only a certain energetic resonance that, you know, human bodies will come into, and, you know, will David Guetta, but oh boy. But yeah, so that's something really interesting, is that's why it's always been pretty cool because people have always been really open with me no matter where I go, even if it's in a foreign country. People have always, sort of just, they felt comfortable around me. For some reason, they just want to share things that I'm like, why are you telling me that? Personal stories, like something that just happened to them like the night before. I'm like, what? Where did that come from? Why are you telling me that? And I don't know what it is. I imagine that's probably what it is, because people feel comfortable, like they know me from somewhere, like maybe it's Jesus, or maybe it's David Guetta, maybe it's Bill.